exhausted. Right after the production, the only thing I wanted is to get in my bed for at least 1 week. But no, I have so many concerts to prepare and so many repertoire to learn. I'm already learning my next role for March, so it's always singing. A lot of singers from Opera McGill have their first job as paid singers in church. John heard me at an early music concert at McGill. He asked me for an audition. You think that it's only a school thing, but there are actual people coming to the concert looking for musicians and singers to hire.
I usually get post-show blues pretty bad, but being that I'm doing my grad applications and that I had to dive in and start learning a role and the chorus music for Elisia, I didn't really have time. There wasn't really time to lament the fact that Little Women was over.
Some of my colleagues organized an event which is normally known as Opera on Tap. And by going to bars and cafes, we're exposing younger generations to how amazing opera is and this great art form that maybe they haven't gotten a chance to experience yet. Musetta is entertaining the patrons of the cafe in the opera, so that worked very well for me and I enjoyed myself.
It's been a great semester for people in the business to come and talk, give master classes, etc.
So Lise Lindstrom, who's our Electra, she's singing and it cuts, and she just is wailing out there, and you just see Yannick in the pit on the monitor, and he's just has his baton waiting for her, just smiling, because it's amazing.
I think it's very important to have professionals come in and talk about it. Why should I listen to what my teacher is saying? Well, because this is how that ends up helping you out in the real world.
When you hear good marking, there is equal, if not more, intensity in the diction and in the delivery of what they're saying. There's just less sound. To me, it just makes me laugh when I hear people marking small roles.
I know.
I'm just really? If you can't get through that? Also, it's an opportunity, you never know who's passing by, I'm not kidding you, and who's gonna hear you in that tiny little role, right?
Exactly, yeah. You just have to walk down the street.
Today was the first time we all met. We spoke through the text a lot and kind of got it under our tongues, which is nice because there's a lot of words. Donizetti put a lot of words in a very little amount of space.
When Little Women finished, I had the feeling that the year was over, and then I just realized, no, I still have another one to go. And it's just everything starts again. It's a new beginning. It's going through the construction of a role and going through the coachings and the practices with many other singers. And it's great.
I'm working on my audition rep today, first and foremost. And then is Elixir. For January, memorizing the chorus and Dulcamara, just in case anything happens. The point of being a cover is so that if disaster does strike, you do have someone to go on. And I'm trying to get coached by watching JP and Jessie get coached. I don't know what would have to be going around to knock out 2 cast members, but whatever it is would be very bad for everyone. I'm pretty convinced that both of the guys playing Dulcamara are immortal, so it'll be fine. And I can just kind of sit there and learn, which is nice. I get to throw it on my resume, and being young and in my undergrad, I don't have much on there anyways, so a Dulcamara cover is a very nice thing to put there as well.
I'm singing the role of Adina in Donizetti's very light-hearted bel canto opera. One needs to build up enough stamina to be able to sing Act 1 and Act 2.
I think it's just enough
Yeah, really?
In terms of length, I think it can go
Longer?
a bit longer, yeah.
7:28, siamo già nel futuro. Dobbiamo-
I'm lucky enough to have found someone that I can love and can also speak Italian too. There are like 4 major languages that you should know when you're an opera singer, which are English and French, and then Italian and German. My Italian is as good as my English right now. German, no, I'm still working on that one. And then when I'm done with the German, I'm gonna start with the Russian, because there are so many mezzo parts that are amazing in Russian opera.
It was the night before I was going home for Christmas. Waiting for the phone call is always hard. When we do auditions, we're always waiting for news. Oh, Montreal. Hello? I was honestly just shocked and scared to get a phone call that said the atelier. I'm good, how are you? When she started speaking to me, I thought, oh, you know, she's trying to let me down easy, because they were saying it was so nice to have me over the weekend.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful news.
When she finally said I got in, I think my heart just skipped a beat and I was in shock.
You just made my day.
Amazed and full of joy and wanted to cry, all of those things, just so elated.
Oh, I got in. I'm so excited. Hey Dad, guess what?
You're late. Aspristi, it's late.
I just started my Rodelinda coachings with Hank Knox. I'm so happy to be working with him. I am performing Unurfo, which is basically the good guy. As a mezzo-soprano, I often get to play men or women like that are really sensual, or witches. Like, I actually get to the best parts, because these are the characters with a lot of personality.
She's on stage a lot. Vocally, it's all over the place. You have to be able to move your voice, and you have to be able to sing a very legato line. It's been a wonderful challenge.
The day I got to sing as a cover, it was an orchestra rehearsal, and Dulcamara wasn't called, and I was in the East Lounge with the chorus. And I assumed Patrick just wasn't going to do any of Dulcamara's music. And then they moved into it, and everyone was looking at me. I was like, well, I guess that's why I'm here. My whole body was literally shaking. I walked out and I sang it. And I knew it. I had practiced it, thank God, but the first time doing it ever was with orchestra, and that was terrifying.
And that was Jonah, our cover of Dr. Gifford.
You need a bouquet?
I do. In the opera, I'm to be married to Belcore to basically make Nemorino jealous.
Whoa.
For this opera, it's a comedy, you know, I pick up things. See here, I have the Spanish army of the Napoleonic Wars. I said, wow, this is great. The soldier has a fabric for their pants that were very funny. And I said, okay, that was the start to begin this design.
There's this one run in the opera that's spans 2 octaves. So it goes from a high C to a low C in one shot. I really have to be warmed up at the top and the bottom, because otherwise it's just gonna croak out.
Elixir of Love's going really well. We are actually way ahead of where we should be at this point in time. We're already on the stage about a week before we normally are. We have a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm feeling quite confident right now.
You shall not! I am fortunate enough to be a member of the chorus. I am a peasant.
When we have the chorus, it's always a lot more work. Of course, I pick up things from the stock we already had for the peasant, but you know, I'm adding colors, I'm adding different type of hairdo or shoes. Past, present, future.
Maestro! Musica.
We get to experiment a little bit with like creating our own character on stage because it's so undefined. Or the character that like I'm envisioning for myself is just a little bit too dopey. He wants to be friends with the soldiers. I'm working on it. I've received confirmation that I have an audition for the master's program at McGill. I was granted an audition at the University of Toronto, and I woke up to an email from the Fletcher Opera Institute that I was granted an audition there. This morning was a good morning.
I came to the Sitzprab today. I think there is always something to learn, and especially when you don't have the stress of performing. And watching people, you know, how they prepare for their big area, how they react to the conductor, how they adjust to the orchestra.
Can we go from the snare drum roll?
All these little tips are really useful in a career, and you don't get to pay as much attention when you are under the pressure of a role.
Clutching hope, we must cope as we can.
McGill Savoy Society is theoretically it's a Gilbert and Sullivan Society. This is now my third year. This year, for the first time, they're venturing away from Gilbert and Sullivan. They're doing The Merry Widow by Franz Lehár.
What to think, what to say, what to do.
Everyone does it for either experience or for fun or just as an outlet.
This piece is a really hard sing for the soprano. Chelsea is double cast with Paula Berry, and they've both been doing a terrific job.
I did go home last night and just kind of plop myself on the couch feeling like, okay, I really sang an opera today.
It's opening night of Elixir of Love.
I'm just here to say hi and say toy. I'm well, how are you?
You could almost say that the guys are rowdier. Sorry.
What? Never.
Almost.
I just keep thinking about the hamburger I'm going to eat after the show. Now that we've done the dress rehearsal, I feel confident.
I'm actually thinking of adopting this style for my day-to-day life. Peasant chic.
Toy.
Thank you, my sweetheart.
Have a wonderful performance.
Oh, thank you. So we're putting on the mics for the broadcast to capture all of the sounds we make on stage. I'm so excited, I can't wait.